Hi there, welcome to the video here. I'm going to try and show you how to use a program called Frame Designer to design and spec out your own aluminium profile rig. So to start, we'll use Google Chrome, and you're searching for Frame Expert without an E. And we have it right there. So Frame Expert, this is the program here you want to download. So I'll go download now. It really doesn't matter which one you download here, whether you download the Maytech or the 8020. I tend to stay away from this one. They all have bugs, but as long as you save the thing regularly, you should be okay. So the one I have downloaded already is the 8020 one. So you would download and install. That gives you Frame Designer. I already have this open, so let's open it up. So this is a new metric drawing. We'll go through some simple settings here that you want to have set before we start. So settings, again, pick whether you want to build in metric or imperial measurement. I use the native interface. I have autosave enabled for every 3 minutes because it will crash on you and you'll lose your work if you don't have it autosaving. Display, you want to show connectors, although some of them you will delete later on. Snaps are set to 5 as default. I'm sure it is 5 yet, 5. Network, you don't need to worry about. Profile, again, you don't need to worry about that. Take the shadows and reflections off after reset to default and bring that down. So every 3 minutes. Native. Okay. So I have some pretty specific requirements for my rig because I'm in a tiny little space. If I bring up these pictures, I'll show you what I'm using just now. Again, it's a DIY effort, but it is it's not fit for purpose any longer. So let's bring these pictures up. So this is me building it on outside in the garden. As you can see, it's a T500, and I have a tabletop there for my monitors to sit on. That's in situ, and as you can see, it's a very tight space. So from the seat to the PC, so wall to wall, it's only 1.4 meters. That's just the tiny little space that she who must be obeyed let me have in the house. So we've got to make it work, and here it is from an almost seating position. Now you can see, and it's a T500 and T500 pedals. Since then I have upgraded to an OSW and HE pedals, and this is why I need to build a new one, as this wooden rig just isn't up to purpose anymore. It's getting shook to bits. My monitors shake every time I go over a bump. So as much as I love my little rig here that I built, it's time for it to go. So let's get started here. So as I said, I'm restricted for space, but let's start. I will be building the base. If you click on extrude here, click on the arrow, I'll be building the base out of 40mm profiles, so 40 by 80 for the base. And so this would be the wall-to-wall section, which is 1.4. Oh, let's delete that. Well, first let's just show you how to use the program. So this is right click of the mouse and holding it, and I can rotate my window. Center button, I can click and I can drag the window. And we'll show you the rest just in a moment. So extrude, let's say 40 by 80. So we'll click and we'll drag, and I need to be 1.45. Finish width 1.45. That's not right, it's 1.405, sorry, so it's 1.405, there we are. So it's lying flat here, which is no good for me. I need it on its end. So if I right click, press rotate, and we'll rotate the red one, it'll stand on its end. So that's one side. Width now I can add in, so let's extrude again, same thing. Let's rotate that round all the way to the end. This needs to be 505. And again, I can just copy this one, copy it, Control V to paste, and snap it to the end there. This one again, I can copy it, Control V to paste, let's just make sure we're putting it in the right place here. So it doesn't look like I've put this. See the blue section here, that means that it's connected. So that means I haven't put this in the right place. So if I left click on it, I can use the arrow to drag it into position, and there's the, you see the blue here? It's connected now. Control V again, just for another one of these. So that would be my pedal spacing, well, my pedal deck, and Control V again, and here is basically where my seat will be. So these can move, they're not they don't need to be exact at the moment. So next up, what we need is our uprights for our monitor stand. So again, let's extrude. Now, do you see if I put it next to the material it's trying to come out, it's trying to extrude out the way, so I extrude off it, and then I can move it. Oh, there we go. Once I get it to the right height, I can move it to where I need it to be. So for these, I need 112 high for my monitors. Let's go. Oh. 1. There we go. Again, it's not obviously in the right place, so we want to rotate that. Use the green one this time, and then we want to move it till it meets this on the outside. So using the arrows again, and see it snaps into place there. Excuse my kids screaming up the stairs. So yet again, copy. So Control V to paste, there we are. And let's just move it into the right position. There we are. So at this point I will save it to make sure that there is an autosave getting made. So we'll just save it as, we'll save it here as video rig. You see here I've actually already built this, but for the purpose of the video we'll start again. So now it should keep auto-saving every 3 minutes, so when it does crash, because believe me it will crash, at least I shouldn't lose too much work. So again, I can copy these and paste them in for the back, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the height of these at the back, because they don't need to be that size. So if I right click on it, I can stretch it and actually shrink it to my dimension that I want, which should be, I have it written down here, 585. And just click off it and done. So copy that one, paste it, and click it in there. I think I noticed there that that's not quite right, so this one I need to move. There we go. See the connectors there show that it's square at that point. I don't know if it matters that much though. And now we can start doing my tabletop here. So that's a lot of the structure that's going to take most of the weight. That's why I've done it in 40/80. The rest of it is you'll do in 40/40. So click to there, and again that's not in the right place either, but we can move it. So I need another one of those across the middle here for the back of my pedals, because I invert my pedals, so like that. And on this side. So this needs to be a total of 635, sorry. Yeah. So I'll put a wooden plate on the top here for my mouse. This one needs to be 670. And again, my gear lever, as you'll have seen in my pictures, is on this side. So my gear lever will go there. So my PC is needs to be at this point. So I'll put a plate on here for my PC. That's for the back of my wheel. And this needs to be 150 out. There we go. And the same distance on there, 150 out. And that'll be my wheel deck. Will sit on these and on this back cross member. So for the pedals, what I need to do is I need to have a bit higher here. So it is fine. Go to see the line going across there, it's in exactly the same height, so 80 going across, and I need a cross member across here. So next up is to build the monitor stand section up here. So I'll be using the brackets from SimLabs for my angles for my triples. But what we'll do is we'll show you how to get around that in the software here. So back to the 40/80. I can't draw up here because the program will keep snapping my profile to there, so I'll just draw off to the right size, which is 900. And then I can right click it again and move it to where I need it to be. We can see that this needs to move that way a little bit. So now we've got a basic rig. But from there I'm going to build my angled brackets over here. So if we go angle extrude, what this will do in the software is it will make the cut for you. Obviously it's going to cost you more to get these things cut to length if you're cutting angles and things on them. So I'll show you how to get around that here. So I want to be to this side of it, so it's 16 centimeters in. So click it and then see it's putting the angle you want. So you can set that to whichever angle you want. It changes in 5-degree increments. I'll set it to 55 here, and I need to be 430 out to catch my side monitors. So there. Same on this side. Right, so like I said, I don't want these angled cuts. So what I can do is go on the end of there and just draw an additional section to the size I want, which is 430. Right click on this one and delete it, and then again just move this one back to where it needs to be. Right, so that's too far obviously. And there you can see, so it's just a regular 90-degree cut. We'll do the same with this side. Extrude. We've got a 430. Delete this section and move that section into position. This one is not in the right place, so let's bring that across to there. Further. So that's basically what we're going to do now, is add connectors and end caps and what have you. So like I said, at these sections I have already pre-purchased the SimLab brackets, which look excellent. I've not yet to use them though. Yeah, so we'll get the corner plates from SimLabs for here, for holding these up, but the rest of these connectors we want to be using corner gussets, because if you look in here, let's put in these type of connectors, which are for the DIYer. This really isn't a good solution. So we want to edit connectors and take all of these things out. So just click on it and take them away. Press escape to come back out. And do the same on every other connector till you've got rid of all of these. You should be able to see on this side connectors count going down. You want that to go back to 0 before we start putting in our connectors for the DIYer. So take these away. My connectors count's coming down all the time. Take those ones away. Oh. No connector here. Take that one away. No connector there. Zoom into there. Gone, gone. Gone. No connector. So keep doing that till your connector count reads 0. So that's us, we've removed all those connectors the software puts in for us. As you can see, all these little blue bars, I've changed to orange now to show that they're not joined. So now we're going to join them with the type of connectors that are easily obtained and easier to use. So in the software it's gusset, but you just buy your specific corner brackets for your profile from your aluminium supplier. So you can see it's orange there on one piece showing it's getting connected to there, and that blue line shows that it's getting connected to that other section. And there you go, there's 2 bolts. And again, just to keep these things extra secure. There and there. There. And there. So you just need to go around your design and make sure that you're putting in enough connectors anyway at each joint. Use space to rotate it. I'll put one on either side of this to make sure it doesn't move. There and there. And there. Just do the same on the other side. You see my connectors count's going up 2 at a time. So when it comes time for you to buy, because it's counting the bolts, when it comes time for you to buy your connectors, you buy half the amount it says in that connectors count. But obviously you need the amount of bolts to cover it, because there's 2 bolts per connector. And one there. You can see that it's not actually put a bolt in that one, so we've not done some right there. Sorry, let's put it on again. There we go. And again. Get it on there, and then there. There we go. Again, just make sure you go around your design, and each joint has at least 1 connector on it. Make sure it's going to stay together. Is that right? That's wrong. Let's delete that one. That's better. And there's my first crash. So we'll see. I saved it just before I started doing the connectors. We'll see how far back it is sent us. There's no point in sending a report because no one is really looking after these programs anymore. Open back up. So we're open back up and we have 0 connectors added, but at least that's the only thing I've lost. I've not actually lost any of my work of putting the profiles in. So I'll quickly add these back in, and through the magic of video editing, we'll be back in 2 minutes. So this is back after adding all the connectors. As you can see, some of the ones that take more stress, I've put 2 on either side, like either side of that, because this is holding my wheel. they're under here and they're on the sides, just to make sure the thing is as rock solid as it can be. It might be overkill, but I'd rather it was stronger than weaker. So what we can do now is go around and put some end caps on some of these other bits just to tidy things up a little. You'll notice here it won't put an end cap on this particular profile because this bracket's too close to it, so it won't fit. You can buy them and try and force it yourself, but the software won't put it on. And that is a basic rig. Some ideas you may want to do yourself is, rather than having these big long pillars all the way up to your monitor stand, is in here you could stop them, so go from there to there, and then have these on the outside a little bit longer, and it would allow you to have an extra little bit of adjustment in height. If you're speccing this thing to your own measurements, you should be alright. So I'll quickly open up one of the ones I've done before and show you a way around these angles if you don't want to buy brackets from anyone, or you don't have the ability to make your own. So you can see here I've actually been simulating monitors on this one, but if we zoom in this corner here, you can see what I've done here. So I've got the same profile, but I've got a plate to shore it up here, a plate on the top one, and just two small sections held by a bracket on the top, bracket on the bottom, and two in there. Now this will be a bit harder to put together, and it costs roughly the same in materials as the SimLabs brackets, but if you wanted to do something else, or shipping to America for instance was too high, that there is an alternative for you. And so that's how to use Frame Xpert. Okay, so once we've finished the design, we would want to double check the connectors count, like I said. So we're at 132, so that's 66 connectors, 132 bolts. Your covers are at 17, but obviously they're different sizes, so you need to go through and manually count those up. And then you go to the website of your choice for your profile. In my case it'll be Mortidis. Okay, so slot profiles. We want 40s. And then just go through your design and pick up the things you need. So 40 by 80, for instance, I would be looking for pieces if I check on my design here. So if I just click on that, it shows under the window I've got up there. Excuse me, we'll just do that window down there. So it shows up here the length 140.5. Let's bring that back. So in millimeters, that's 1405. And we actually want two of those. Do that. Continue shopping. And just do the same thing for every other profile on there, until you have your whole shopping list of profiles at least. So from there we then go for slot profile accessories. Once you've got all your profiles, so it'll be accessory type 40. And so these things are on my design, these things here, okay, just like that, and we want it with the fastening set, so that means we get 2 bolts and 2 backs to each of the bolts. Bags of 50, I need, according to the design we made there, 66 wasn't it, so I would probably take 150, add the shopping cart, then the shopping, and I would probably just take an extra 2 bags just to be on the safe side. Right, and then back to Type 40 Pro accessories. So there's your caps for the square ones, and further in the list there is caps for the 40 by 80 profile. There we are, 40 by 80. So you would add what you want from them, add it to your shopping list, and then everything should arrive at your door pre-cut and just ready to assemble. So that was my how to design and order at least your parts. I will do a follow-up video once my parts arrive on how well this all goes together. So that's it for now guys, thanks for watching.